Going to get this started here on this little episode of, well, it's not really a podcast episode or anything. It's just a nice little chill stream. We're talking about, Love Bites. Talk about the upcoming music video of Love Bites. The new single is supposed to drop on, the 22nd, 23rd? December 23rd, 2022. Oh, man. Only 10 days. In 10 days, we will get a brand new Love Bites single, a brand new Love Bites music video, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. I hope so. 100%. I have high hopes for this. We're also going to talk about why Haruna has been crying, who made her cry. Shame on whoever did that. And is Victor Entertainment, the management, I guess record label for Love Bites, are they sandbagging the band? Is there some mismanagement when it comes to social media? Or is this all really just an effect of, an effect of a hiatus? I mean, what's really going on here? And we're going to compare it to like other bands as well, other Japanese bands. Okay. Anyway, let's go and get this started. The first thing we're going to do is we got to talk about this. Let me put it on the screen here. This is great stuff. Hold on one second. Make sure I got this set up right here. Yep, we do. All right. Take a look at that. Who is that? That is Miyako. Miyako. That's Goth Miyako. That's what I want to say there. Goth Miyako. That is very lovely looking. I mean, she's my queen for a reason. Miyako. Now that's Goth Miyako, but you are very familiar with this. Love Bites Miyako. What's still Love Bites Miyako? I mean, same thing. It's just, what do we call this? Light Miyako? Pure Miyako? Whatever it is, it's nice. It's like she's dressed very elegantly, like she's royalty, like she's a good girl, okay? I don't see her being a bad girl in this, but this, Man, my question for you guys is, which one do you like more? Okay? Do you like the bad girl, Miyako? Or Miyako? Yeah, Miyako. Do you like the bad girl? Or do you like this version better? I mean, either way, you're not going to go wrong, okay? Either way, you're not going to go wrong. I think the bad girl would have, the night out with her, whatever, would probably be a little more interesting, I think. It might end in both of you getting arrested. But it would be a good story to tell. Whereas good girl Miyako, what did I say, Miyako, it might end with I don't know, dude. You might, if you're I'm not sure about this. Not sure about this one. Someone will have to convince me in the comments or in the chat why pure Miyako, well, the Miyako we know would be the better pick. Yeah, see, Charles, she looks hot as a goth girl. You know it, man. You know it. Shh. I think I need to discuss the situation with Haruna first. We'll get there. Someone made her cry. Okay, someone made her cry. We'll get there. But first, let's talk about this, man. Love Bites Judgment Day. This new music video coming out. I have high expectations for this. High expectations. It's been a year since we got a new song, a new music video. Nameless Warrior was like a year ago, right? And I kind of like that one. I think I like it a little bit more than some people. It was good overall. I think it was okay. I think some people think the midsection was a bit overdone with like the strings and all that. I didn't think so. I mean, paired with the music video, it kind of made sense. It was kind of like it sounded like the song you would pair with like going over memories, having like a fondness of nostalgia, looking back on things, looking back at just memories. It was good. It's good for that. But is Nameless Warrior? Is it Shadowmaker? No. Is it Rising? No. Is it Holy Wars? No. Okay. What I'm saying is, with Judgment Day, with this artwork, I'm expecting Rising. I'm expecting Holy War. I'm like, this song better be power metal, like cranked up to 11. Okay. Like power metal maximized. Power metal the way Love Bites does it. Look at that thumbnail. Look at that. That's a Sami right there. At first glance, I was like, man, who is that? Who is that? Because she looks fierce. She looks freaking intense. But that's a Sami. For a second, first glance, I honestly thought it was Miyako. Why? Because a cold stare. I don't think I've ever seen a Sami have a dead stare like that. Like, how many takes did this take to make? How many freaking takes did they have to go through to nail that look? Because Asami is laughing. Asami was probably laughing her ass off here and there, whatever. Okay. Be like, oh, come on, whatever she was saying, And which, by the way, if there's like a B-roll of there's some like behind the scenes footage of this shoot, that would be great content to put on Love Bites YouTube page or Love Bites Instagram, Love Bites Twitter, somewhere. Maybe the fan club. That's the whole thing we're going to talk about a little bit about. Hey, Love Bites seems to be lacking in some areas when it comes to social media presence. When they clearly do things that, they should have a lot of, you think. All right. Now, other things I can say about this. Asami's look, the first thing I thought of was not just power metal, of course, but there's a little game, very popular game. You played this before. You probably know what we're going to go with. Soul Blade, Soul Calibur, Sophitia. That's what I thought there. That's what I thought. Anyone else see that? Is it just me? Just me? It can't just be me. I don't think it's just me. See? Now, I mean, Sophitia has like blue and stuff. There's, but The look is about the same. I mean, Greek goddess. Okay, that's what I'm thinking here. All right. Let me ask you this. Do you think there's going to be a wolf in this music video? You better believe there's going to be a wolf. There's going to be a wolf. This music video is going to have a Sami coming down from the heavens as some sort of like Athena warrior. And there's going to be a wolf by her side. And she's going to be, I don't know what. I mean, I can't imagine her like slaying somebody. It might just be like a cool pose, okay? Looking really intense, okay? Which, by the way, that the dress she's wearing, that's not the dress she wears, like, on, you know, that's not her new look or anything. So that's really just a thing just for the music video. So for in that regard, I mean, Victor is supporting the band. I mean, the record label is supporting them in some ways, guys. I mean, I know everyone's crapping on them right now and being like, man, they're just totally mismanaging the social media presence. Do they even support them? We'll get into that. Before we do, we're going to talk about Haruna real fast. And then last thing we'll say is Love Bites Judgment Day. What are your expectations of this song? And what do you think of this artwork? Athena, goddess of war, goddess of wisdom and war. That's right. That's right. You see this book, Classical Mythology? I read that once. Like one time. It's not something you read. It's more like something you reference. Okay. All right. But I think just about most people know about Athena, what she is. Even anyway, just moving on. All right. Let's talk about Haruna. Yeah, Haruna cried. Someone made Haruna cry. You know who it is? It's you. It's me. It's us. This is actually old news. Oh my God. False news. No, it's real. She cried. Okay? All right. She cried from being on stage. She cried from being on stage again. This is an interview from 2021. And I found it kind of interesting. Because you see, this kind of plays a part into what happened with Love Bites, like social media presence. Dude, they were like, just like other Japanese bands, they were essentially kind of shut down by, COVID. And then, unlike other Japanese bands, well, actually kind of like one other that we're going to talk about in comparison, there was a hiatus. Now, their hiatus was due to losing a member. The other group we're going to compare, their hiatus was due to, I guess, part of the lore or just for the production stuff. I'm hinting at baby metal there. Okay. All right. Anyway, so let's get into this little story here. All right. Before I do, let me take another puff of the cigar and get ready here. Yes, cyberromantic thinks Victor's doing what they can't do. Yeah, and we're gonna talk about it here. I mean, we'll talk about it. I think I know I'm hinting at it already. I'll hold my thoughts until we get really deep into that segment. First, let's talk about this. All right, so Haruna Love Bites cried from being on stage again. This is from Metal Talk. Metal Talk saw Love Bites live in their 2019 tour with Dragon Force just before the release of Electric Pentagram. We spoke with drummer, the band co-founder, Haruna, who said she was happy to talk with us again. Love Bites returned with their thunderous and impressive new 5-track EP, Glory, Glory to the World, which will be released. We all know about that. Many troubles have besieged the music industry since that time, and Love Bites have not been immune. When Japan's COVID-19 state of emergency hit, the band were in the middle of their Japan tour. All of our performances scheduled for March were canceled, so it was disappointing for everyone, Haruna says. Now, Haruna has a very manly voice here, okay? Like most, she was compelled to stay at home. I prepared an environment where I could play electronic drums without annoying the neighbors. I also have a hobby of making miniature food from clay. So I played the drums and made mini food during this time. We all did things to occupy our time. Right, guys? I mean, we all did something. whether it was stream continuously for about nonsense, We all did something. All right. With no live shows, Haruna and the band were interested in other ideas to communicate with fans, such as distributing previous live shows online, digital autograph sessions, performance with our studio, and so on. Face Melting Power, Metal Frenzy. Okay, so the Glory to the World EP is out soon. Okay, let's get to the part where she talks about where she cried on stage. It was so good. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Where we belong. With the easing of restrictions in Japan, the band were able to play some live shows recently. The rescheduled dates were conducted at half capacity with thorough coronavirus prevention measures implemented, Haruna says. The audience was not allowed to cheer. And, there's some bands that are, I don't know if that's still a thing. I think they can clap. They can clap, but they can't cheer, right? I mean, I'm saying that based on Baby Metal's announcement where they want to have silent mosh pits. And it's like things that kind of seem to go along with that, which, okay. Do what you can to be safe. The audience was not allowed to cheer, so it was unusual to hear just applause. But still, it was nice to listen to the audience trying to support you as much as they could, given the restrictions. In the end, the band members couldn't hide their emotions, and we cried from being on stage again. It felt like this was where we belong. For the first time in a year, we were back on stage, and it was a very, very special feeling. The band currently have no tour plans. Okay, they're watching, waiting, and hoping to get back. And since then, from 2021, since this, have they played anywhere else? They did a couple shows for Glory to the World, but it's been a minute since there was another live show. It's been a long minute. So, I guess that would be a good time to talk about Victor Entertainment supposedly maybe dropping the ball on Love Bites and not giving them much attention. And I think this relates to this story here. Everything for this episode is by design. There's a reason why I started off with, the things that I did. Like, the band clearly wants to play. The band clearly cares. If they didn't, they could have just dissolved when Miho left. Okay? After all, Miho and Haruna, they do appear to be kind of close. They were the founding members of Love Bites. They were both in Destros, and they both left. And actually, a little bit about Haruna. She joined Destros after meeting Miho, so they were kind of friends already. But obviously, when Miho left, Haruna wanted to stay with Love Bites. There was something in Love Bites that still compelled her to stay. She didn't want to leave. They did their bass's audition. So during this time, so you have this weird that's about the time when Miho left. So now, even if they wanted to perform other live shows, if they wanted to do anything, they really couldn't because they lost a member. Okay? And they weren't just going to find any bassist. They wanted somebody. They wanted to choose somebody, right? They were looking for somebody. So what do you do in this situation? What do you do if you are their record company, their management? What do you do with that? Chat, maybe you can help me out with this. What was the amount of time from Miho's departure to the bass's audition announcement? How much time was that? I mean, we could kind of figure this out here. I go to Love Bites. Let's go to their basis auditions. That was like 8 months ago. See. So that was around April. Is that right? Let's see. Yeah, it just says 8 months ago. It doesn't really give us around April, I suppose. Is when we got the basis additions announcement. So Miho left in August 21st, 2021. Oh man, 11/21/2021. That's an interesting date right there. Thank you, Cybermantis and Charles. You guys are great. And ZXV, I saw that. Oh, there's another girl for us to look at for the Men of Culture stuff. Well, we might look at that later on for a Wednesday stream. I'll keep that in mind, though. Wednesday is going to be the Men of Culture thing. Okay, so it's been a while, right? Since from August to, I guess, April, when they did the announcement. I mean, they couldn't do anything. They couldn't really do any shows or anything. So keep that in mind. I guess now we could take a look at this idea that Victor Entertainment totally dropped the ball on Love Bites' social marketing, social media presence. Are they sandbagging them? Is Love Bites being sandbagged? Or is this Victor Entertainment not really finding value in Love Bites? Or is it something about their style? Okay. We're going to look at that here. I think, first off, I don't think they're sandbagging the band. That's obviously me kind of being a little bit hyperbolic there. I think you might find some people who may say something like that maybe on Reddit or somewhere else who really have a strong distaste for the management because of, they just want to see them play. They want to see more content. You know what? And that's probably coming from a place of just, as a fan, they want more. I get that. They're not sandbagging them. I mean, if they wanted to end it, they could have just ended it. I mean, Love Bites isn't doing horrible, okay? Love Bites is doing pretty well, I think. They're doing okay in Japan. Are doing decent. I mean, they're not... We can look at the numbers here, all right? And first, we're going to talk about their popularity in Japan, okay? How popular is Love Bites in Japan? Well, let's take a look at this. Let's put this on the screen here. Well, let me use this one. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. So we could take a look at based on, let's use Instagram as a metric. I'm using these things because a guy named this guy, Nano's Corner, brought this up, and I don't have anything against the guy. I think the guy actually brought us some good points. In fact, I did a YouTube short saying that my man actually has some good points. I think Love Bites could benefit from a more active and a more engaging YouTube channel. Something like what Nemophila does. Oh man, Nemophila is going to be a good example during this stream because they are a very young band. They've only been active for 2-3 years, and most of the time was doing what? Covers. Most of the time was doing what? Being very active, very engaging on social media, especially YouTube. All right, they are on it. They know what they're doing, and it's working for them. So let's look at Instagram here. So Love Bites is based on their Instagram numbers. You got 23,000 followers. Okay. but what does that mean? Compared to what? Compared to what? Well, let's compare that to, and Love Bites has been around for how long? About 6 years? About 6 years, right? 2016 when they started? The 6 years? Okay. So within 6 years of time, they got 23,000 followers on Instagram. Let's compare that to a young band like Nemophila, who already within their short span of time, like 2 years about, they already got 20,000 followers with fewer posts, by the way, like 83 posts. Okay. All right. So before, I mean, so they do have popularity there in Japan. I mean, they are known. We're going to get into some other numbers here, too. I mean, they're not, I mean, when you compare it to, like, Bandmade, Bandmade is a lot more popular. They have 94,000 followers on Instagram. And then, of course, you got Baby Metal. Baby Metal's like 726,000 followers. Okay. And you can look at this on YouTube as well. YouTube Baby Metal has, like, almost approaching 3 million subscribers, 2.5. Okay, that was a nice round, right? Very, very lenient rounding there. But 2.5 million subscribers. And then Bandmate has 497,000. And then Nemophila has 156,000. And then you have Love Bites with their 85. So, I mean, not bad compared to, well, I mean, let's say compared to Gotrek Spin. Gotrek Spin is one of my favorite Japanese bands, but they only have 45,000, and they've been around longer than Love Bites. So, you know what? And the problem with this too, the same problem I kind of had with Nano's corners with this is like, while we could talk about these bands and their numbers that they have in these various channels, the problem is like it's not that fair. Because a very essential variable to this is, do people even like the sound, like the music itself, right? Like, even if I were to, just comparing these numbers doesn't really mean a whole lot of anything because we can't control for that variable there, which would be, well, I mean, whether or not people like that sound. Maybe that's the reason why Love Bites has the amount of followers they have, the amount of subscribers they have, is because while I really like Love Bites, I think they're a really good band. I think the musicians are very talented. Maybe it's just not that. It just doesn't trend as well. It doesn't grow as well. I don't know. I mean, after all, the different groups we compare them to have different styles. Nemophila is very different from Love Bites. Bandmate's very different. Baby Metal's very different. The only song that's kind of similar would be that of Road of Resistance, but and that was essentially Dragon Force. So, I mean, all right. But the reason why I go into this is, comparing the numbers, kind of showing that even when you compare the numbers, it's kind of like, well, my takeaway here is that Love Bites, they do have a following there. They have a following that is mostly from Japan, it looks like. We'll get into, I don't know about, I'll say mostly. We'll talk about that with how the albums have ranked. Okay, a strong following in Japan, relatively, based on this. Is it as strong as the other bands we brought up? No, but I think it works for Love Bites, and clearly Love Bites have been recognized. They've been recognized for their talent. Sure, they need to be more recognized. I believe that. I believe it's going to be earned. Let's see some things here. Popularity in Japan. Like I said, they seem to be doing decent. Like Electric Pentagram. When it debuted, it reached number 9. Let's see, what was this? It reached number 9 on Oricon album charts and stayed there for 8 weeks. It peaked at number 12 on Billboard Japan's Hot Albums. It also reached 12 on Billboard Japan's Top Album Sales chart, which is based on physical sales. Now, keep in mind this album is pretty old though. I mean, it's like almost 3 years old. But it was also recognized by Metal Hammer. I mean, they listed Electric Pentagram as one of their top 20 best metal albums of 2020. Okay, so the band does get recognized. Their albums do chart, not all of them. And this band only has 3 studio albums right now. Okay, right? They're about to have 4. If you're curious, their Glory to the World, when it came out, it was on Oricon. It trended there for a little bit. I could pull. I just need to get this off the screen. We could go over here fast. I'm gonna bring this up. Love Bites. Look at all these ads. All right. Okay. Let's go to albums. And let's go down to their best album, trending wise, was their most recent studio album anyway. It was the 9th place for 8 weeks. Okay, all right. I mean, Clockwork was like what. It was the 21st place for 6 weeks, and let's see, what was the other most recent? Well, there had the Glory to the World as most recent EP, obviously. I was thinking of In the Beginning, the best of, something like that, or their live album, Heavy Metal Never Dies. How did they rank? Well, I mean, in the beginning, the best of was like 22nd place for 3 weeks, and Heavy Metal Never Dies. The album was in 38th place. However, the DVD did well. And this is important because in Japan, physical sales dominate over streaming, okay? That's one thing that Nano's Corner, which, by the way, like I said, I'm not throwing shade. I think this guy did great work. He definitely, I recommend you watch his video he did on this because he shows you how, in Japan, physical sales really mean a lot more than streaming does. Anyway. And I think he brought us a good point, especially the YouTube thing, which, like I said, I brought up that I think they would benefit with a more active and engaging YouTube channel. But my point of getting into this is to just say that it's not like that they're not known. And it's not like Victor Entertainment is trying to hold them back and say, no, you can't do this stuff, or don't be active, okay? I think what happened was that in their hiatus, in their moment, maybe, of course, this is all speculative, but maybe there was a point in time where they didn't know. Maybe they were uncertain about their future, and they didn't know if they were going to continue. There's some uncertainty there. We know that they had meetings before, kind of around, before the basis was announced. And those meetings seemed like they're very important. But we learned also that there was some good news from those meetings. Okay. All right. Okay. So we looked at the numbers a little bit. I mean, Love Bites, while they're not as popular as like Baby Metal or Nemophila, or I would say Nemophila because if you look at the album ranks, let's look at that real fast. Nemophila is a brand new band, right? This is Unlucky Morpheus. Actually, I brought up Unlucky Morpheus because Nano's Corner brought it. I could say this. Love Bites seems to be a little bit more popular. Has more of a... I don't know about more of a fall. Love Bites is doing well compared... Well, let's just say it. I don't want to try to be mean to Unlucky Morpheus. I like Unlucky Morpheus. But based on sales charts, Love Bites is doing okay for itself. Okay, they're doing okay. All right. Nemophila, they have one studio album, but their debut studio album, it did well. 8th place for 10 weeks. Like, they don't... Love Bites I don't think they have an album that hold position for 10 weeks. Let's see. I don't think so. No, no, but Bandmate does. I think. No. Actually, I don't even think Bandmate has an album that held position for 10 weeks. They had a world domination, held the ninth place for 9 weeks, and so did Conqueror. But Unseen World had 8th place, highest rank was 8th, but it held that for 7 weeks. You know, I would just bring that up because it's kind of, I think that's kind of interesting for Nemophila, being that they're brand new. I mean, not brand new, but first studio album, and they were able to hold on that long. All right, you compare that to Love Bites. Their albums rank pretty well. Well, really, it ranked decent. Electric Pentagram ranked really well, and it held that for how long again? Let's bring that up, 8 weeks. So my point of all that is, they seem to be doing okay in Japan. They seem to be doing okay. Now, what about social media presence? Or before we get into that, what about how are they doing worldwide? How are they doing globally? Well, first off, there's like how many reactors reacting to Love Bites? And by doing that, guess what we're doing? We're promoting the band. We are essentially promoting the band. Yeah, your stuff gets copyright claimed, and rightly so it does, because that money, goes to them, sure. But we're helping spread the word and, continue doing that stuff. All right. And Bronx Beats, if you don't like this music, I mean, you could leave. There's that. There's that. Reactors bring Love Bites to the attention of thousands every day. I know of no takedowns or strikes of uploaders. Exactly. Drag Eye. Exactly. Like, we help do that. And I want to say, I think they know that. They have to be aware. I mean, they have to be aware that there's a lot of reactors, okay? They know that there's a wolf pack. They recognize that. It may not feel like it at times. I heard that the fan club is kind of lackluster, and there's some areas where they could definitely improve. But we haven't had any strikes, okay? That's a good thing. Oh, worldwide recognition. Well, I mean, let's see. I mentioned that Electric Pentagram was recognized, wasn't listed as best metal albums of 2020, and by Metal Hammer. Loudwire recognized Signs of Deliverance. Let's see. I forgot to mention that Love Bites also did a theme for Vlad Love, an anime. So clearly, I mean, they're known in Japan. It's not like they're some nobody band, right? I mean, that's good to know. Let's see. And they were awarded in 2018 by Metal Hammer, Golden Gods Best New Band. Glory to the World was nominated Global Metal Release of the Year by Global Metal Apocalypse Awards, and it finished second. So it's not like they're not being recognized. And okay, let's talk about social media presence. This is a good time to do it. And a little bit where I could say where I kind of, my opinion would kind of differ a bit from Nano Corner. Like I said, I agree with them that they could benefit from a more active presence. It's not like they haven't been doing anything. I'll say, okay, let's look at Love Bites channel here. All right, so we have the announcement of the music video. We have merch. We have the album here. Okay, cool. We have some like promo stuff. Yeah, we have the promo stuff. Kind of similar to that of like the Baby Metal promo stuff. Let's compare this to the Baby Metal, because Baby Metal is like a marketing machine, right? They know what they're doing 100%. Okay, they are a well-oiled machine. Oh, and another reason to bring up Baby Metal here. I know it's a weird comparison, right? They're nothing really similar at all, other than that they come from Japan. But they both had a hiatus, but for two different reasons. Very different reasons, okay? Two different reasons. Pretty much one major reason, really, for Love Bites. But they had a little hiatus. The girls it seemed like there was a point in time after the Budokan concert, the live performance, where it seemed like baby metal just sort of like dropped off the face of the earth. It was like, okay, what are they doing? It's been radio silence, right? Yeah, after the Budokan thing, it was like, well, I don't know. Are they doing stuff? I mean, they were doing some things. They had, let's see. I know there were some like live streams, but it seemed kind of quiet. All right. The Lovebites kind of, they had a hiatus as well. Let's bring up Baby Metal's YouTube here. So yeah, after their July 24th, I remember that day. I heard that. I saw this. I saw this whole thing here, the Budokan thing. Okay. It was a while, and I thought they had other streams. I guess they didn't. Did they? Oh, they really, because this is what I was talking about. I don't know what I guess the baby metal, the 10 baby metal years, that thing that I guess that happened before that. I was thinking it happened after. Look at that. Okay. So yeah, after the little Budokan thing, the girls were sealed away and gone for a while. They had a little hiatus, and they had no social media presence for a good while, right? And then when it was time to do something, the reason I'm bringing them up is because they're a well-oiled machine with this. When it's time to do something, they do it by releasing like little hints of something. Let's see. I'm talking about. Now you get stuff like this. Oh, or this, the other one. Oh, what is the other one? What's going on? We were talking about what is the other one? Ooh, One thing to talk about here is Baby Metal. They don't have any videos of like cam shots of like drum cams or cover videos like, let's say, like Nemophila. All right, like Nemophila, their social media or their YouTube page has all sorts of great stuff, good content, covers, and then different angles of the same music video to give different perspective. Really, really fun. It's really cool. Like the Nemophila YouTube page, to me, actually, it feels. People are gonna hate this because I just mentioned Baby Metal, but it actually feels more like a band. Like, and this could all just be by design. It could be manufactured, but I don't think it is. But Nemophila, they have this genuine presence about them. You feel like you're seeing like this grassroots band, just kind of like built from the ground up, and like the band members are all just there, and they're just having a good time doing these covers, and they have some silly covers of like I guess was it the Minions song or whatever. There's videos of them goofing around. They kind of, if you ever seen the Gotrek Spin YouTube channel, they have a lot of that too. Okay, just good stuff, good content, stuff I don't see that from Lovebites, and I wish Lovebites had that. It'd be kind of cool to see that. Which, I mean, because the members of the band do cool things. Like Midori is, if you wouldn't know this really unless you follow their, I guess, Instagram or their Twitter. But Midori is pretty much a workout, a gym bunny. Miyako seems like has already established her own brand, her own name. If Lovebites ever failed, Miyako would go solo. In fact, if anything, if Miyako feels that Lovebites starts tanking or whatever, she could go solo. I don't know if you guys paid attention to that, but it seems like she has established her name as a brand as well. I'm just putting it out there. But I mean, I bring this up because Nano Corner brought this up as well. Being like, there's not a lot of activity when it comes to Lovebites, when it comes to like various videos. But I agree, but at the same time, it's like if you compare what Lovebites does with their YouTube page, a YouTube channel, to like, let's compare it to Bandmade. Bandmade, their YouTube channel is essentially just music videos, which is fine. I mean, that's not bad. I don't know why I said it. There's music videos, live performances, good stuff, things you expect, right? But like, I don't see like special shots, or that don't really do covers, or they don't even have a shorts tab open because they don't do shorts. Love Bites says at least they have one short. They have one short out there. They could use more because YouTube loves shorts. Okay, I have a few shorts out there, and I'm surprised it did as well. I mean, I'm baffled by that. YouTube loves shorts. So I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, Love Bites could do more as far as making more shorts, be more active in that way. I mean, you compare that to another band, another group like Baby Metal. I mean, right now, Baby Metal has a whole explosion of content because of their two singles. Okay, they even have teasers for this song, and then they have a whole a plethora of shorts. Look at this. Probably way too many shorts, but they have a lot of shorts for like two music videos. Oh, and then all the shorts for the restoration. Like, they were just pumping them out. Like, they know what they're doing. Boom, 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 boom. It's like, okay, YouTube loves shorts. Guess what? We're gonna just rain Baby Metal shorts. So yeah, Love Bites could do that. I agree. But it's not like Victor Entertainment, or it's not like Love Bites hadn't done this stuff before. All right, let's scroll down more on the Instagram here. Okay, on Love Bites Instagram. Look, before, kind of during the hiatus too, what do you see here? You see a video of a drum. You see Haruna playing the drums here. There's a video of Miyako, playing guitar. There's a video of Midori playing guitar. So still, while during the hiatus, they were doing some things. They were releasing videos on Instagram, on the main Instagram account, that was to help promote Love Bites. They were doing that. I mean, some people, I guess, missed that, or act like that didn't happen, isn't a thing that happened. And you go down and you see that there's Midori playing Dancing with the Devil. Here's a studio session here. I would click on it, but it'd play. Yeah, so yeah, this is after the bass auditions. They do the bass auditions. So after the bass auditions was announced, that's when you start seeing this activity. There is some activity there. It was just kind of nice. Oh, okay, people forget about this. Wait, Victor Entertainment sandbagging them, or doing much of their marketing. Wait, hold the phone, guys. Are we just hate on Victor Entertainment because we just want to? We want to blame them? Hold on. You see this? Do you remember this? This wasn't all that long ago, where we had the two shredding queens on a guitar show in Japan. Okay? It's not like they're not trying. It's not like they're not doing anything. Jeez. I mean, I think... Oh, my God. I'm thinking, too, people will be like, oh, but the outreach, the social media could be better. I don't know. Everyone heard. I think every Love Bites fan heard about the Bass's audition. I mean, that thing was announced very well. Very well. Okay? I mean, I think people in Japan know about Love Bites. I think people in Japan are hearing about Love Bites. Definitely. You know what? I don't think it's that bad. I mean, well, what I see here, and I'm comparing this to other bands, other Japanese bands, and like I said, the main variable is the sound is very different, and that's something we can't control for, okay? But if you compare it to other bands, like Bandmade and Imafila, like, could they be more active on YouTube? Sure. 100%. But if you look at their Twitter, like, they're active on Twitter. Like, the band members have been more active now lately. They've been posting pictures of them eating places and eating food It was just that we had that dark period where it was uncertain what the band was gonna do. Did Love Bites have a marketing issue? Did Victor Entertainment have a marketing issue? Yeah, definitely. When in the hiatus, when it wasn't really sure what the band was gonna do, people be like, "Well, what about the new album? Like, there's not much announcement for that." I mean, okay, they announced it on Twitter, right? They announced it on Twitter. They announced it on Instagram. Now, is the Instagram post as big as the others? No. Could there be a bigger announcement? Sure, I 100% agree with that. Okay, it could be better. My thing is, they're doing it. Okay, they are there. Clearly, they support the band. They're promoting the band. Could they do more? Sure, they could do a little bit more, but it's not like they're not trying. Yeah. Charles, what do you say there? Nemophila released about most of their content on social media. Nemophila is a great example of what it could possibly look like if they were more active. But then again, once again, different type of sound. You know? I don't know if Love Bites could catch on like that. I wish they could. But Nemophila, what they play seems to be more I don't know. It's a different type of metal. I mean, it's not power metal, first off. Okay? This is all weird. This is all weird now. I slammed the desk in frustration. That's what's difficult about this too. It's like these bands, different sound. Totally different sound. So it's kind of not even really fair to judge. Because it's like, well, could the other reason why Love Bites doesn't have a bigger following than what they have already is because of the sound? Because maybe people just aren't really into power metal? Or maybe not as many people compared to, what Nemophila's sound is and Baby Metal and Bandmade. But I am curious to find out. If I was in Love Bites' shoes, or in this situation, if I was part of it, I'd be like, hey guys, ladies, let's try to be more active on social media. I know you guys are already active, but let's just increase that. How do we increase that? Well, I know it kind of sounds silly, but post just about everything. Post what you guys do. Like, have the Wolfpack feel like they are a part of you. Like, they are a part of what's going on with the band. When you're doing your studio sessions, you kind of did that before. Do a little bit more of that. In fact, create more of that content. And you can even have like a members page on your YouTube channel and have it where, higher tier wolves get access to that. First, though, you got to show us that you're like willing to shower us with this content, Because, like, they have an audience that's hungry for it. They have a huge I think maybe not a huge following compared to other bands, but a very strong following. There is a strong, passionate following for Love Bites, and they are passionate, damn it. They're hungry. They're thirsty for content, okay? And all Love Bites has to do is provide it. I mean, they have the members that have interesting things they do. There's this veil of curiosity. There's like this secret sauce of curiosity. There's this cloud of curiosity, of mystery. What am I seeing? There's this intrigue about the various members. Like, what do they do? What is their personal stuff? You don't have to get in personal things, but what do they like to do? We know Midori likes to work out a lot. And Miyako has a very good YouTube presence, actually. She would do, like, streams, or she would answer questions. Asami seems... I'm not really... she kind of pops up here and there. Haruna, I know she does some videos where she drums. Okay. Fami has her thing. Now, here's the thing. You include Fami in this mix. You include Fami in the Love Bites band, which is included in this band. then all of a sudden their social media presence goes up big time. In fact, if anything, Fami helps them a lot in that regard. Like, Fami is going to introduce them to a whole set of people that have never even listened to Love Bites. Okay, they might even be into power metal. They might think that's a huge shift for Fami, but here's the thing. As I say this, as Nano's Corner said his thing, as people complain about the marketing, like I said before in this stream, it's not like they're not trying to do it a little bit. It's just they could just ramp it up. I mean, Haruna's already doing videos where she plays drums and putting it on YouTube, and on Instagram, and putting selfies and pictures of her with other members of the band. Okay, they're doing it. They just did to do it more, and things will work out. Yeah, Miyako does guitar lessons. She does guitar lessons, true. Yeah, that's true. She does guitar lessons. So, yeah, she already has her own personal brand. Look at that. She is a brand. All right. So, at the end of it, like, do I think it's as bad as Nano Corner explains it? Not really. I do agree with him with the YouTube stuff, but I don't know about the fan page. The way he described, I would play it, but there's copyrighted music in the background, and I'm not doing that on the live stream. But I will say I don't know much about the Wolfpack fan page or fan club, the Love Bites fan club. But it sounds like the way he described it, it sounds like it's just not really. It doesn't really seem to really care about anyone else but those that are fans that are in Japan. Okay, and that's limiting. All right, just you got fans out here in the States, fans in Europe that would love to join your fan club. He did mention something, how one of his complaints, which I found kind of silly, is that the Love Bites videos don't have subtitles. I found that silly because Love Bites already sings in English. So it's like, well, I mean, they sing in English. But I suppose, you may not understand, which, okay, I get that. So just put it there in case. Okay. I mean, some people like it. Some people like the closed captions. Sure. I mean, could that help? It could help. But if initial reaction, I was like, oh, but they already sing in English. I guess there are those people who would still like it. Man, Nemophila includes that because, well, that's Gotrek Spin. They sing both Japanese and English, and they kind of change it out here and there. Baby metal, same thing. Bandmade, same thing. Actually, wait. Do they include lyrics in all their music videos? I thought there was an issue with that. Correct me if I'm wrong there, and I guess it depends on the music video. It's anyway. But overall, I agree with his take about the YouTube channel. I would love to see Love Bites have active YouTube page like that of Nemophila. That's my dream, actually, right now. Like I said, I'm gonna wrap this segment up with this part. I know I've been kind of on this for a while. Is Nemophila, they have a closeness to them that seems very genuine and very real. And while we see elements of that with Love Bites in their group photos and their sessions, it just would be nice to see more of it. It'd be nice to see them like play together more, like in the studio, have studio sessions, or just have fun, do some covers, or have fun with that. Relax a little. I'll put it this way. Love Bites to me seems like a band of just really talented, skillful wolves. And wolves are kind of, well, I guess they are pack animals, so that doesn't work. I was going to be like solitary, but no, they are pack animals. Damn it. Okay, that wasn't going to work. Don't worry about that. It's just, I think it'd be helpful if they were more of a pack. And we're probably going to get that. I'm going to sit here corrected. We're all going to be corrected probably. I'm hopeful about this, optimistic. Because after this music video that's coming out on December 23rd, after this, we're probably going to see a lot more content. Okay? And judging based on the track record, it's going to be this, and then you might get a studio session of it. You might get some behind the scenes of it. That would be nice. This seems like a music video that would have some behind the scenes content, and that would be good. I went to see Love Bites live. I prefer to travel to Japan to do that. Well, yeah, I mean, I can't really travel to Japan, but I'll gladly pay to see them live over here. I mean, that'd be great. That'd be great to see. Nano complaint a fan club part Google Translate didn't work for him. Works fine for me. Yeah. Well, Google Translate is hit or miss. I've found the DeepL is a little bit better. When is that? Anyway, as I covered everything I was going to cover here tonight for this stream, I enjoy talking about Love Bites. It's very Love Bites centric. Next Monday may not be that. Next Monday, depending on how things goes, news wise and kind of activity wise, with pretty much like the 4 main bands I cover, it could be something else. We'll see. Maybe it could be something baby metal wise. I have a few ideas that I'm working on for like solo standalone videos that if I have enough content there could make it could test it out on a live stream. Some interesting things. Yeah, I've been a little bit more active on this channel recently. I like it. I was like, well, I've done all the reactions I could possibly do. Now it's time to actually do the work and get into some of the lore here, get into this stuff, and really start having fun with the content. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here. All right. All right, guys. Well, with that said, man, it was good hanging out with y'all. Y'all take it easy. And, man, press a like button, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll try to be more consistent for Monday streams being related to, Japanese metal stuff. I might include a little bit of a rant segment, depending. I mean, today I kind of did regarding Victor Entertainment. But, yeah. Y'all take it easy. Have a good one.